Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I've sat down to film a video, so I feel a little bit awkward. I was noticing in the comments in my previous video, a lot of you guys aren't too happy with me since I haven't been too consistent, but you know, life happens. I've just had a lot of things going on, but this video is about my March favorites, so I do want to go through those first. I don't have too many products because I haven't worn a ton of makeup this month, but if you guys do want like a little bit of a life update type of thing, I don't air too much of my business out there because I don't know, I like to keep my personal life and then YouTube, but at the same time, I do like sharing some things with you guys, but I'm not someone who's just like a complete open book on the internet just because anybody can watch these and I don't need everybody knowing my business, but I do feel like I do owe like my loyal subscribers an explanation, I guess, kind of, since it's been what, like 2 weeks since I've uploaded a video. I do quickly want to say though, my last video, it was an Algae foundation tutorial or foundation kind of routine. I don't know if that video just didn't show up in a lot of people's news feeds because some people were like, you haven't uploaded in like 2 months. And I'm like, no, it's been like 2 weeks. So just in case if you guys didn't catch that video, I will have a little pop-up somewhere over here. That actually needs to be in this video as well, but it's in my drawer. Let me go get it. Already off to a rough start. Okay, so my favorite foundation for the last almost 2 months now, I think. This is from Algae. I mentioned in that video that I haven't really used too much from the line before. I'm pretty sure makeup is still newer to their line. Before it was mainly just like skincare, but this is the Algae Reveal Color Correcting Anti-Aging Serum SPF 15. I got mine the shade light medium. I'm not really going to go in depth on the formula just because I did an entire dedicated video on this, but if you're someone who's into really like liquidy, natural, like naturally luminous type of foundations, I think you will love this. I didn't end up doing a full-on wear test, but if you guys did catch up with my Snapchat the day that I uploaded this, I ended up wearing this foundation for I think right under 12 hours. It was 11 hours because we went to a Lumineers concert that night, didn't get home till around 11 something, and this stayed put. Like nothing moved, nothing like separated or cracked on my face. It just felt super, super lightweight, and it was just so like pretty with like a natural luminous glow. I think there's 4 to 5 shades in the collection. I forget. Like I said in that video, I'll go ahead and link it here. I did go over everything, the price, the shade range, where you can buy it, whatnot. So I've been loving this. I still have yet to pick up the concealer that I mentioned in that video, but I definitely do still want to give that a try. Okay, sticking with complexion products, I've been loving the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I'll go in and apply a thin, even layer of this all over my face, kind of just like pat it in and let it soak in while I'm doing my eyebrows or my eyeshadow because I always like to do that before my foundation. I do still go in with my Milk Makeup Blur Stick just on areas where I have more enlarged pores, just because this doesn't really do anything for like blurring. It's more of like a hydration level under your makeup. But I also really like using this whenever I go in to apply my concealer on my under eyes. So I'll kind of like tap on the concealer first, and then when I go in with my Beauty Blender, I'll just do like 1 to 2 drops on the tips of the Beauty Blender, and I'll use this to kind of pat it in. And I just feel like that does a great job of blending in my concealer without it making look really dry and cakey underneath. I wouldn't recommend using this like on top of powder, but whenever you're just working with your liquid base, this works great. Plus it's gonna last you forever. I feel like I've been using this for months now and I've barely even made a dent. Oh, one other thing that I wanted to quickly mention, my necklaces. I'm always getting questions about my jewelry that I'm wearing. If you guys follow me on Instagram, or if you've caught like several of my other past monthly favorites, you guys know I have an obsession with Miranda Fry jewelry. Everything comes, well, I think for the most part, everything comes in silver and gold. Personally, I'm just more of a gold girl. I just feel like it complements my skin tone better, but I love her pieces because everything is just very dainty and elegant, but it layers so beautifully. So even if you're newer to jewelry and kind of layering pieces, I feel like no matter what you get, it just kind of works together. She has earrings, necklaces, bracelets, rings, yes. But necklaces are definitely my favorite. So her new spring line launched on March 26th. Everything is incredible. The 2 that I have on right now, this one here is just so sparkly. It's just a chain full of little gold like balls or spheres. This one is called the London necklace. I actually have the matching ring right here. And then this one is just a super simple lariat. Oh, I love this one, and these two look so good together. This one is called the Haley. This would actually go really good with the Kingsley choker as well. So you see what I mean? It's like 2 separate necklaces, but oh, just the way that they sparkle, especially this one when it hits the light. Sorry about the cleave, is so pretty. So this is the matching ring here. This one is the London ring, and then this I have had forever. This is the Grace. I don't even remember where I got this. I think maybe Charming Charlie, but look at this. The way it sparkles, I love it. And it's like no matter what you wear, even if you're just wearing like a slouchy v-neck gray tee, it goes. If you're wearing something more like dressed up. So if you are interested, I will have her website down below. I do have a coupon code. It's just my name, Danna, I believe in all caps. That gives you 10% off as well as free shipping in the US. So yeah, go check it out. If you guys like my jewelry style, I feel like I get a lot of questions on what I'm normally wearing. Half the time, no, like 98% of the time, it's Miranda Fry. Okay, moving on. I have a couple of favorites from ColourPop. They recently launched like 3 different monochromatic phases. I think it was like blush, peach, and like sand, something like that. This one came from the sand collection. This is called Double Play. Actually, I have both of these on right now, both the bronzer and the highlighter. Well, I guess it's actually a pressed powder blush, but for me, it's more of like a bronzer. So the bronzer is called Getting Handsy, and then the highlighter is called Patted Down. The bronzer is beautiful, but I'm definitely more of a fan of the highlight. It is the highlighter that I'm wearing. If you like golden kind of like champagne highlighters, this one is going to be right up your alley. It is so, so beautiful. So another thing from ColourPop, their eyeshadows. I posted a picture on Instagram and one of y'all told me, I think I said you could fit 48 shades in here, but then someone was like, if you honeycomb them, you can fit 54. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that because this is how I set them up in my Makeup Geek palette, so why I didn't do it in this palette, I'm not quite sure. If you guys are on social media a lot, then I'm sure you already know about the whole like Z palette drama that went down. I still have my Z palettes. I'm not gonna throw them away, but honestly, I think I'll continue to buy more of these Makeup Forever palettes over the Z palettes just because you can fit so much more in here. The only thing is, unlike the Z palette, there's not like a clear screen, so you do have to open it, but you can always just label these. But inside, I have 54 of my ColourPop shadows. I have not been able to put these down. I'm obsessed with them. So I do have my quads in here as well. The quads normally come like in this cute little compact, but I just wanted all of my ColourPop shadows together. This is the largest makeup for, I'm talking about both of these at the same time. I apologize. Okay, so let's get the ColourPop part out of the way. Basically, I'm in love with the ColourPop shadows. You guys know I've been obsessed with the Super Shock shadows for years now. The powder shadows are just as amazing. I love them, especially all these like warm matte colors. So pretty. Okay, so now onto the palette. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Artist palette. I think it's for the Pro Artist shadows. This is the largest one you can get out of the 3. I believe it's either $13 or $14. When I posted this on Instagram, a lot of y'all are saying that it's always out of stock. You're right, it is. But if whenever you open the link for the product, there's a little tab where it says enter your email to be notified when it comes back in stock. That's what I do, and so far I've gotten 4 of them. The magnet in this is super strong and nice. It's just a really sturdy palette. Ow, that really hurt. I love it. Plus, you can fit 54 shadows. I mean, really, that's thebomb.com. I think in the largest Z palette, wasn't that like 35 or 40 something shadows? So this definitely fits more than the Z palette, plus it's more affordable. And I don't know, something about this, I just feel like it's even sturdier than the Z palette. This is from the Sand collection. This is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Strip. So I've been wearing this, and then on top of it, just because I haven't really been that into matte lips lately, I've just been like a hardcore gloss girl. I did an entire tutorial using all Sephora products. I'll go ahead and pop it right over here. This is the Sephora, what are you called? Oh, the actual name's on here. I think it's like something gel lip gloss. I believe it was like $10 to $12. This one is in the shade Earth and Fire. It's really pretty on its own, but these layered just look so good with each other. I just feel like they were made for each other. If you guys have tried the Ultra Matte Lips from ColourPop and you find them too drying, but you still like a matte look, the Ultra Satin Lip is the way to go. It's not quite as long wearing because it never fully dries down like the matte one, but it still stays on your lips. Like it's not slipping and sliding everywhere, but you still get that nice matte effect. So. Okay, and then the very final product I have here, this I actually showed on Instagram, SoCoGlam.com, if you guys have never checked out that site before. Basically, they carry a ton of different Korean skincare brands. I've been obsessed with it. Their blog is like really informative if you're super into skincare. But they recently launched the SoCo, what was it called? The Clog Box. I did a giveaway on my Instagram. I believe Amber, her name was Amber, right? She won. She just sent me a picture on Instagram with her prize. But Amber, if you happen to be watching this, let me know what you think of the products, just because I was obsessed with that box. I've already finished up all the lemongrass peels that came in it. If you guys look on my Instagram, I did like a little slideshow showing like each of the products that came in. But this is a brand, I think it's pronounced Clavu. I'm not quite sure, it was my first time trying the brand. But this is the Pure Pearlsation Revitalizing Facial Cleansing Foam. If you are into like a super rich, lathery cleanser, this one is for you. It's amazing. It takes everything off my face. I still always like to go in with some sort of cleansing oil or cleansing balm, which I saw on So Glam. The same brand makes a cleansing oil, so I think I'm going to order it just because I've been so impressed by this cleanser. It's one of those cleansers that takes everything off and makes your face feel super clean, but it doesn't feel like that where it's like really dry and tight. It's like squeaky clean, but still feeling like hydrated and like moisturized at the end, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just really picky with cleansers. If anything makes my face feel like too tight and drying, I'm like, okay, forget it. I can't use it anymore. But this one is so, so good. I can already tell you I'm going to be repurchasing this. Okay, so that is it for my March favorites. As always, I really love when you guys leave me your current favorites down below. I love reading through the comments. You guys know I'm a product junkie, so if you're loving something, I'm probably gonna love it. So let a girl know. Okay, now moving on to, I don't even know what to call it. I don't want to say explanation because I don't feel like anyone ever, like when it comes to personal matters, I don't think anyone ever has to like fully explain themselves, but I do appreciate you guys. You know, you guys support me. I value that. Like I like the relationship that we have, but at the same time, sometimes some of the comments that I read, it bothered me a little bit. The people that were like, oh, well, life happens. Well, this should be your priority and stuff like that. I never want to come off being like bitchy or ungrateful because that's not the case. Trust me, I am incredibly grateful. But I think just as humans, each of us go through things that are emotional and some things can be kept private. I've mentioned this in the past. I am lucky to where I can make YouTube, I guess kind of, I hate saying a job because personally it is a hobby. I like doing it. And sometimes I feel like saying it's a job is something that I'm like forced to do. I definitely don't feel like that's the case. I do this because I enjoy doing it. I like coming on here and interacting with you guys. But at the same time, YouTube isn't my #1 priority. I don't mean that in a mean way, but I am a wife. I am a mom. Those things are always going to come first. And I know there's YouTubers out there where YouTube's their #1 thing. That's what they're gonna do every single day. You know, like 5 videos a week, bop, 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 bop. That's awesome. Trust me, I wish I could be like that. But I have other things going on in my life that I am grateful for. And those are gonna be the things that come first for me. Just like many of you guys, I'm not expecting you guys to be like, you know what, first thing in the morning, what I have to do is watch Danna's video, check Danna's social media. That's not what I'm expecting of you. So sometimes I think people, I don't even know how to say this. I'm getting like, oh, I have like a million things going through my mind. I guess they almost like just expect it, like, okay, she needs to be doing this, this, and this. I tried really hard to do 3 videos a week. I think I did it for about a month, and at first it seemed good, but then after that, the views kind of dwindled down. So it's like, I'm not coming over here on my comments like, oh my God, you're not watching my video. I don't think you're very appreciative, or you're not making us a priority. I would never expect that of you. So sometimes I think people set the expectations of YouTubers like too high. We're just people too, and we have other outside lives as well. Okay. Moving on to the next thing, I already know some people are going to interpret that in like a wrong way. I'm like ungrateful and whiny and bitchy. If they do, I guess it is what it is. But as I've told you before and many times, I'm incredibly grateful. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, so the next topic. I don't want to get emotional. I don't know why I'm getting like upset. Typically I'm not like this. Okay, a couple months back I posted something on Instagram that was incredibly personal. I did not think it was going to be something that I'd come on here and announce, but it was something that I was going through, and I know a lot of other women, even men, deal with it as well. And unless you've been in that situation, it's like really hard. Why do I do? Okay. It's really hard and emotionally draining. I pretty much verbatim as what I said in that Instagram post, I don't think that I'm like amazing at a lot of things. Like I don't find myself to be like a conceited person or someone who's like, oh my God, I'm amazing at this, this, and this. But something that I know that I'm good at, oh my gosh, is being a mom. It's something that I've always wanted, like since being a little girl and like since having Landon. Obviously I make my mistakes as a parent, but being a mom has hands down been one of the biggest blessings. Okay, hold on. Being a mom has hands down been one of the biggest blessings in my life. I don't think I love anything more than being a mom. Watching Landon grow and just like the fact that Keegan and I created this like amazing little boy is just incredible. I'll forever be grateful for that. And sometimes I do feel guilty because I know there's people who don't even have one kid that really want one and are deserving of one. But I guess I've like lost track of time now. I guess about like a year and a half ago, Keegan and I finally decided, you know what, it's time, we're gonna go ahead and try for kid number 2. Not gonna lie, I guess I was kind of naive because I thought it was just gonna be a breeze. You know, it's gonna be like a one and done thing, like boom, you're pregnant. Just because that's kind of how Landon happened. So I just figured, you know, like we've had one, it was a breeze, we could have a second. Well, we tried for a couple months, nothing happened. We tried some more, nothing happened. So I was like, okay, well, it's just something that's gonna take some time. So I went to my doctor, did some blood tests, did all this. We found out that I had PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's pretty common. A lot of people had it. I wasn't that surprised just because I've had lots of issues with my periods being really painful. So I knew I had larger cysts and whatnot. So we did some medication and then we continued trying. Still nothing happened. So basically after a year of nothing happening and like spending a ton of money on pregnancy tests and basically trying everything in the books, I went back to the doctor, did some more blood tests, and basically it came back that my hormones were out of whack. Was basically in the early stages of menopause, and then from that we continued to do more tests and basically found out that I have premature ovarian failure. So pretty much, I mean, the doctors told me it's just done. Like, you know, the only way that you're gonna have kids is whether you adopt in vitro. Like, I could try it, but basically it would be money thrown down the drain because it wasn't going to happen, just because my egg count, my hormones, everything, it just wasn't in the cards for me. So I've kind of dealt with that because that was several months ago now. I think we're coming up to a year. So, you know, I thought I was finally over it, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm normally not a bitter person whatsoever, and I don't even think it's bitterness unless you've been in my shoes or in many other people who go through this. I think it's hard to explain. Like, typically, you know, when someone tells you they're pregnant, you're incredibly happy for them, you're like, congratulations. And for my friends, I am. I'm like, that's amazing, just because I know how good it feels to be a mom. But every now and then, like, something just hits and it's just like a freaking semi-truck, and it just hits me hard to where I kind of just like shut down, and all I really want to do is like smother Landon, you know, like with kisses and hugs, and just like do everything to be the best mom that I can, because knowing that this is like my one shot, I want to put my everything into that, or not that, but him. So sometimes I do just kind of feel like I need to take a break. And as I've mentioned in the comments that whenever I was responding to you guys, I don't ever want to come on here like I am right now, you know, like slapping on a fake smile. Not that it was fake earlier, because I was excited to sit down and film. But if I'm not feeling like 100% and I'm not feeling like happy and stuff, I don't want to come on here and be a downer, knowing that other people are sometimes using my channel as an escape to like brighten their mood. I don't want to be on here to be like another negative, you know? So that's pretty much that. Along with that, there's good news as well. I love that I said the good news, and then I'm going to come in with this. Keegan, my husband, was recently laid off. We kind of had a feeling it was coming, just because working in Texas with oil and gas, if you guys are familiar with the economy, oil dropped for a while. Unfortunately, his company was having to make cuts. He was one of them. Luckily, we were blessed and he found another job. So he's waiting to start that. And it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because Keegan and I have never really had, like, I guess, obviously before we had Landon, but then once having Landon, Keegan has always kind of been working, and it's like he doesn't get home until 6 or 7, and we don't really have like time to like go on dates and stuff, just because since moving to Texas, all of our family's in Florida. I'm very picky about who watches Landon, so really the only sitter Landon ever had was family. So Keegan and I haven't had like date nights or anything like that in a really long time. So with him being able to be home, we've just been honestly taking full advantage and spending like every minute together. That's time that I typically don't get with my husband. So I've just been using a lot of that time just to hang out with him and spend one-on-one time together. So hopefully you guys understand, because there is that. I apologize for coming on here and being like, an emotional mess, but like I said, I did just feel like I wanted to give an explanation for like my viewers who I know are loyal. The people who are going to come on here and be like, you're a whiny bitch, well, you know, whatever, boo on you. Nobody's asking you to come on here and watch. But for all of y'all who have been sending me messages on Instagram and Snapchat, just checking in, that was so incredibly sweet. You guys honestly don't know, that made my day. I'm glad that you guys understand that sometimes life just happens, and I love you guys. I really do. So yeah, hopefully everything will be running back to normal. I don't know if we're going to be doing 3 videos a week. Like I said, I'm only human. I'm going to try my best, because I do love YouTube. I do love you guys, and I do want to come on here and film more. But yeah, that's basically that in a nutshell, a really big nutshell, because I'm sure this video is going to be like 80 million minutes long, but that is where I have been. So, okay, I think that's it because this video is long. But I love you guys. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.